Hi guys, welcome back to another one. Buying an off-plan property can be a great investment only if you choose the right project. Now I bought this off-plan property in Harrow, so let's go through what went right, what went wrong, and trust me, things did go wrong, and the 3 key things that property investors need to know before buying an off-plan property. For those of you that are new, my name's Tin from Pitchbook Property. We build wealth by property investment. We find the right properties for you, so you don't have to. Let's check it out. So walking through the flat, this is a 1-bedroom flat in Harrow. The utility area is huge. Then to the right of it is your bathroom. So again, a very, very good sized bathroom. We then walk into the bedroom, large bedroom. And it has the window to the balcony as well. You may or may not notice, but there are no built-in wardrobes. And at the time when I bought this, I did notice it on the floor plan. There were no built-in wardrobes. Now into the living room, you have your kitchen to the side, which is a U-shaped kitchen. Again, a decent kitchen, fit for purpose. And then onto the living area. So this particular flat is around 590 square feet. It has a large balcony and it's dual aspect as well. It's facing kind of towards the internal courtyard, so it is relatively quiet as well. So when I bought this flat, there were 3 key reasons why it led me to this decision. Now the first one being location. You know how people talk about location, location, location. I had to make sure that it was close to the station. Now, where this flat is situated is only a 5-minute walk to Harrow on the Hill station. As soon as you come out of the development, turn right, literally 1-minute walk, and there's a high street there. So you've got your convenience stores, you've got a cafe, restaurant, and you can get your daily necessities nice and easy. Another thing about the location is tenants. So because I used to be a letting agent, I knew that tenants wanted to be close to a station, although many would be okay with a 5 to 10-minute walk. That's absolutely fine in the UK. So with it being close to the station meant that I knew the tenant demand would be strong. Not only that, I did my research in Harrow and I knew that there's a lot of professionals that live here. Because of the Middlesex University, I know that it would attract families, not that it would apply for a 1-bedroom flat, but I knew that the area was considered a nice area to live. The second point is low service charge. Now, as an investor, I want to maximize my return, but minimize my outgoing. So at the time I bought this, it was £1,100 for the service charge, because in this particular development, there are no facilities. There is a lift, there's communal gardens outside, but that's pretty much about it. But I will come back onto this point because in hindsight, it may have cost me more than selecting a development which have amenities and facilities and that are well maintained. But I'll come back onto this point later. Now the third point is the developer reputation. Now this particular developer is known as a house builder. So it's not your middle or high-end developer with facilities, high specification kitchens and interiors. It's not. You get what you pay for. And at the time I bought the flat, I knew what I was getting myself in for. But having said that, my aim was just to maximize my return, get my capital gain, get my rental income, great location, job done. But going for a house builder does have its pros and cons. Pros being the costs being cheaper to acquire the property. The cons may be over time, the quality does start to come down and you can see. So reality versus expectation, what worked? Well, every time somebody is buying an off-plan property, they are buying a forward purchase. It's not something that they can physically see. They can see the plot of land, but they can't see the actual interiors. So there is an element of risk, but when you go with a reputable developer, you do have that reassurance based on their track record. So how did this one turn out? Well, on the day of completion, I wasn't actually here, but I did see the videos, I saw the photos, and it matched my expectations. And of course, because it's brand new, it is fine. It's not lived in. Everything smells and looks fresh. Carpets are perfect. The tiling was fine. Kitchens, bathrooms, as expected, as per the brochure. Now, when it came to snagging, there weren't actually many issues. There were just a few scuff marks here and there, but nothing major at all. So that was a good thumbs up. The location delivered as expected. As soon as the property was completed, we put it on the market and then it was rented out within a week. So that was fine. The low service charge was also delivered as expected, and this was at £1,100 or thereabouts for the first couple of years. So what didn't work was the poor management of the building, and this led to maintenance headaches. So I'll give you some examples. Parcels being stolen, car park gates not working, lifts being broken, security access issues with the front door and access and egress points. Also pest infestations. Now what I mean by this is pigeons. Now where I'm at the moment in this flat, if you look outside on the balcony, you can see what I'm talking about. This is a real life example. This particular tenant has been here for a couple of years and they haven't reported it until now. So the pigeon poop has essentially built up, and now we have to get this rectified and put pigeon netting on the building. Headache, absolute headache. Not only is it an extra cost, but it's an absolute headache. So with all of these issues accumulated over the years, what does that mean with the service charge? It rises. It's actually increased at least by double. It's around £2,500-ish nowadays. And that eats into the profits as a buy-to-let investor. So it's important to consider when you're buying an off-plan property to know who the managing agents are, and also to do some due diligence online, ask friends or ask guys like us, where we deal with many developments across the entire UK for different types of developers.
So was this a good investment overall? Well, in some ways, yes. In some ways, I would definitely do things differently. The things that went well are the capital appreciation, although it hasn't gone up by a lot. So I bought the property for around 360,000, and to gain 10 to 15% in 5 years, I'm content with it. I'm not over the moon. I haven't got rich overnight. As a stable performing asset class, I'm content with it. The rental yield is very healthy. I think at the moment I'm achieving around 6-ish%, close to 7%. So over time, that will only get better in my opinion. The things that didn't go so well is the property management side of things. So this is the managing agent that manages the block. Unfortunately, there have been problems persistent throughout the years, and that has drove the service charge up from the original £1,100 I was quoted. However, walking through the communal areas, it is well kept, it's okay, it's a no-frills development. It doesn't have the bells and whistles, but it's fit for purpose as a buy-to-let investor. If you're buying an off-plan property investment, don't forget to check those 3 things that I mentioned. Would you guys buy a new build today? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm off to enjoy my Jamaican food. Catch you on the next one.